Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, July 30th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. The CDC is recommending anyone living in an area with substantial or high transmission of COVID-19 to wear a mask indoors, regardless of your vaccination status. That includes the entire state of Florida right now. Lacey Martin is the marketing media manager for Flagler County.
We are not requiring the public to wear masks in county facilities, nor are we limiting the number of people inside. Interim County Administrator Heidi Mosquito said we have been continuing to advocate for and encourage vaccination, and also for folks to follow the CDC guidelines.
Martin says masks and hand sanitizer are available for anyone who needs or wants them. Any employees who exhibit signs of sickness are asked to please stay at home. A man is arrested in a shots fired and assault case. Karen Johnson has more.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office recently responded to a weapons complaint in the area of Seasbury Place in Palm Coast involving 26-year-old Alexander Podolsky. Sheriff Rick Staley.
Deputies responded to a Seminole Woods area home to investigate an individual that had been firing guns in his yard. Further investigation determined that he had also assaulted a relative who lived in the home. Deputies were able to obtain a warrant for aggravated assault and domestic violence.
He says the SWAT team did a phenomenal job planning and executing the operation with the understanding that this guy had threatened law enforcement. He says, I'm glad no one was hurt, and I hope the judge keeps him locked up before he hurts someone. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
David Alfin is the new mayor of Palm Coast. Amy Cherry has a closer look at Tuesday's special election.
Voter turnout in the special election for mayor in Palm Coast was far lower than what Supervisor of Elections Katie Lenhart had hoped to see.
So the turnout was just over 26%. I was hoping for a turnout closer to 40%, but we did not get that. So relatively low turnout for an election, but it was still double the amount of the last Palm Coast standalone election that they had back in 2011.
She says most people voted by mail in the election, followed by early voting. Voting on Election Day was slow. Lenhart says no one is contesting the election results.
We have gotten a few questions. What I've seen, though, is there's more discussion or questions about it on social media than we've actually received in the office. The election, it was a breeze, actually. Election day was just so quiet in the office. Everybody was just, doing what they needed to do. People were coming in to vote. There weren't any equipment issues. There weren't any issues outside the polling places.
Lenhart did, however, receive a public record request about the election from a Republican Party operative from Georgia and a demand for a forensic audit from a local resident.
It is very common for us to receive public records requests after any kind of statewide election cycle. Usually Democratic groups will send them to Republican counties and vice versa. So that's totally normal, and I've filled all the requests that I've received thus far. But as far as a forensic audit, that's something new, and I think it's coming from what we're seeing out in Arizona. There's no process in law which would outline the steps to take for a forensic audit.
David Alfin was elected Palm Coast mayor after garnering 36% of the vote. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
More than a dozen animals are rescued from near death in Palm Coast this week. John Arking reports.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office reports that deputies responded to a call Wednesday at Harbor Freight on Palm Coast Parkway after a caller said he witnessed a woman open the lift gate of a U-Haul truck where numerous animals appeared to be in distress. Deputies found 4 cats and 13 dogs inside, all severely dehydrated. Sheriff Rick Staley says the animals were obviously in distress and they did not have proper airflow.
In today's summer heat in Florida, no one should ever keep dogs in the back of a U-Haul trailer with no ventilation. Upon further investigation, the 2 occupants were arrested for animal cruelty. The dogs were turned over to the Flagler County Humane Society, and hopefully they will be adopted to loving and caring homes.
29-year-old Jason Donaldson Sparks and 23-year-old Shauna Dowd were placed under arrest and charged with animal cruelty. They're being held on a $5,000 bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
Mosquito control in Flagler County continues to evolve. Dylan Roberts has the story.
The East Flagler Mosquito Control District has plans to expand their services to more areas of Flagler County. East Flagler Mosquito Commissioner Mike Martin.
We're working with the county right now on a plan. We're hoping that in about 2 to 3 years, we will be able to take all of the residential areas in the county within our district, expanded district, and then perhaps in 5 years, we could include the rest of the agricultural areas. It's one of the things as a commissioner that I'm making my focus is to make sure that everybody who pays taxes to us, one, knows we exist, knows what service we provide, understands that for their tax money, they can get as much services as they need. You're not paying extra for it. If you're in the district, your tax money covers all of the mosquito services we can provide to you.
Sure.
East Flagler Mosquito Control Commissioner Mike Martin said that they would provide more information to communities as they continue to expand. Mike Martin also said that they would not expand into communities without permission from the residents first. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Dylan Roberts.
Tourism and travel in Florida is all about the dollars and cents.
And being outside, which is why Flagler County Tourism Director Amy Lukasic says people will spend lots of money.
Besides their accommodations, it's eating. Everyone loves to eat. That's one of the main things they do when they're here. So we're fortunate that we have a lot of very unique dining establishments. And not only that, many of them with an ocean view. So people gravitate toward that, especially during the pandemic, to be able in the open air.
Lukasic said that Flagler County recovered faster than other Florida communities because they were ready to welcome visitors. Joanna Magley with Daytona Beach International Airport said that 2019 was a record-breaking year with about 10 million visitors, but last year there were only about 7 million.
So it was down, but it was still significant to the point of open air, Florida. We're lucky that we live here during a pandemic. You can be outside, great weather.
Both Magley and Lukasic say they expect visitors to return over time. The business report is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 10. The podcast is on the Flagler Radio app anytime. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Lots of fun things to do in Flagler County with the family over the weekend. Stacy Brown is with Fun for Augie Kids, and she's going to tell you all about it.
This afternoon, the Flagler County Library is having a Tween Club event. This is a space for tweens to have fun together and enjoy hands-on activities and crafts. Tomorrow, they're hosting a Nailed It, Failed It event. Just like the Netflix show, they will recreate some sweet creations and find out if they have nailed it. This event is for tweens and teens in grades 5 through 12. Registration is required. Our local Walmart is calling for all Space Jam fans. They're having a Space Jam showdown on Sunday to celebrate the release of Space Jam: A New Legacy. Bring your skills and take on their tunified half courts and trick shots. First Baptist Church of Palm Coast is hosting a back-to-school bash and uniform drive this weekend. Join in for an evening of fun as everyone gets ready for the new school year. There will be food, games, and fellowship. Learn about these events and more on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.